Hey guys, welcome back to more AFK Arena. In today's video, we're checking out the old bell ringer, Lady Simona. Hopefully I say that name right, have no idea. Sounds right to me. We'll stick with it. But at first impression, she actually seems like a pretty decent disruptor slash battery. She doesn't seem like a very heavy damage mage, but I could be wrong on that take. We'll have to wait and see. Also, apologies for not uploading for the last week. I got incredibly busy on my other two channels. One of them had a game launch, the other one we had a big update, so had a ton of stuff going on. Also, it's like the birthday season in my family. Everyone in my family has their birthday between September and December. It's actually my birthday tomorrow. I'm getting old as shit. It's quite sad. But, and we're going away for the weekend. So I was going to start the REM challenge account, if you will call it. I was going to start that over the weekend, but because I'm going away, I'll wait till next week and then we'll get into that because I really want to play through that because REM is just so fun in this game. But that's enough about me. Let's get into the bell ringer. First of all, ultimate, passive. Once again, I don't know why they don't just add 3 extra skills onto every character to account for the passives and actives and is what it is. Okay, 2 portions. Passive. Her normal attacks drain 70 energy from the enemy heroes and stores it up in her bell. Up to 700 energy can be stored. Active. This bit, she activates her bell to deal 3 strikes of damage equal to 210% of her attack rating to enemies within a certain range in front of her and restore 150 energy to all allied heroes. If any energy is stored in her bell, it will be distributed to allied heroes. So this one, it's not massive damage at like a 630 multiplier. It does go up with skill ups, obviously, but it's not crazy damage. Active, we get to restore 300 energy to all allied heroes, which is quite solid. That energy regeneration. And when we look at her other abilities, I think the energy cap on her storage goes up to 1400 and her basic attacks become AoEs as well, meaning she can drain for more. So I think this is going to be a really good battery capabilities, but also, you know, disrupting the enemies by not letting them ult. I think it's just a great combo in general. Works pretty well. I think it'll synergize with Shimira pretty nicely and stuff like that. So that's that one. Let's go on to the next one. Another passive. At the start of battle, she forms a bond with the enemy hero for 8 seconds, prioritizing the opposite hero, during which they become her resonator. Resonators cannot deal damage to Lady Simona. She's really good for one-on-one battles. dude, what is the War of Wits? Which one's the one where you start with a 1v1 battle? She's gonna dominate that shit. Anyway, I just thought about that then. Anyway, they can't deal damage to her, and when they are healed, she will receive 30% of the healing effect. And I'm pretty sure that's stolen, so they only get 70%. I could be wrong on that take. When the bond duration expires, which is the 8 seconds, the resonator is banished for 1 second. That goes up to 3 seconds with skill ups. And then Lady Simona will select the enemy hero that deals the most damage to bond with and make her resonator. Bonds cannot be formed with bosses, so you lose that bond with the boss. I wonder if you get the effects of her other ability on bosses. I'm not too sure. We'll go through that when we read it. And then for skill ups, increases the percentage of healing that she gets to 50%, increases the duration of the banishment to 3 seconds, and then when banishing the resonator, she also drains all of their energy and stores it in her bell. So every 8 seconds, depending on where their energy is at, if you've got something cancelling ults, then they get full. Like, that's pretty solid. Let's go on to the next one. Creates a phantom bell for 9 seconds in an area where enemies are gathered, prioritizing resonators. I guess this will just apply anyway. You don't need the resonator. For its duration, the phantom deals damage equal to 100 to 350% of attack rating per second to enemies within range. The damage increases over time, so it starts low, gets high. If a resonator is in range of the phantom, the damage of their ultimate will be reduced by 50%, and every time they cast their ultimate, the phantom's range will be expanded by 20% for a max expansion of 60%. So you got this little thing that pulses up damage and increases. And then, you know, that's pretty much it. Skill ups. The Phantom's attacks will deal, you get some more damage. If a resonator is in range, the Phantom, the damage of their ultimate will be reduced by 80%. And then the magic damage dealt to enemies within range of the Phantom is increased by 40%. So this is really nice, and obviously that's going to take effect in bosses, which is quite handy as well. Passive. The first time she banishes a resonator, her normal attacks change to deal AoE damage equal to 130% of her attack rating. For every additional resonator she banishes, her normal attack's damage is further increased by 10%. It doesn't have a cap by that. But obviously, you know, long drawn out fights, I don't know how efficient that's going to be. But in general, you go 8 seconds and then you have AoE attacks that are draining energy from enemies. That's pretty solid if you get them grouped up. You know, like every character, grouping is going to be a thing. Then we go for the skill ups. We get extra damage. After taking AoE damage from her, the enemy's magic resist is reduced by 10%, by 10 for 3 seconds. And then for engraving, that goes up to 30 for 3 seconds. The first one here was engraving. The magic damage dealt to enemies was the 40%. So these two things are pretty good damage amplification, really, in the engravings. This one, I like that it's not, it feels like not necessary, but it is going to be solid increase depending on her meta usage. Then we go signature item. For every 260 energy she stores in her bell during this battle, her magic pierce is permanently increased by 1 point. I'm curious to see numbers on how much she will actually stack, especially with that AoE basic attack. For every 200 energy she stores in her bell during this battle, her magic pierce is permanently increased by 1 point. The energy she drains from enemy heroes with her normal attack increases to 135. That is getting quite solid on that drain. And then the energy storage limit of her bell is increased to 1300. Okay, I said 1400 earlier. It's 1300. Then we have the furniture. When she takes damage or suffers health loss, 45% is taken by the resonator instead. That's quite nice. The total amount of damage transmitted during a single bond cannot exceed 80% of her max health. So it's kind of like the tiny little mitigation thing. While an enemy is within range of a phantom bell, any shields they have will be destroyed. And the first shield they gain while within range is broken as well. Resonators cannot gain. So anyone near the bell is going to lose their first one, but the resonator themselves just can't get this stuff. So that, as long as they're in range of the bell, that is her kit. So let's go ahead and take a look at this chick. Like I said, it feels like pretty good disruption energy-wise and good battery for our team. So let's just take a look. So you can see them basics. I mean, her ult usage doesn't seem that crazy. Okay, our other two allies are maxed energy. So the problem is she keeps getting kills here. And she keeps going straight to full energy anyway. But I mean, she's releasing it. So there's plus 300. Wait, I'm just gonna let her do some basic attack drains. Pew, pew. And now let's see how much she distributes. 414. So we're straight into another one. How much this time? Just the 300. But you guys get the gist. Let's go chuck her in a battle, eh? This one. Alrighty. Obviously with Chimera we got the draining happening. Ooh, let's try the 2-man. Let's try the 2-man. Is Odin gonna screw us in this? Come on, Bones, get on. Yes, get on, Bones. Wait, that shield's going to be horrible because we don't have any allies to steal health from. My bad. Didn't quite think that one through. All right. I mean, we could probably just play Chimera and then be fine, but I don't want to use for Chimera. Let's just go like a little bit sustainy tanky type thing. I don't really want to bring any damage. Obviously, the floppy's not bad here to group up, so we can see that. So let's just take a look, and then we might go in and take her with a damage dealer and see how it goes. But I mean, I'm curious to see. I wish there was like an extra energy bar to show us how much of her thing she had full. I didn't even see the energy numbers there. My bad. Who has dealt all this damage? Who's dealt all the damage? Okay, we've got the revive. Let's just boot through this. Dude, the thing does look pretty cool though. The little phantom squid. It's not a very big range though. It's not a very big range. So she did do a lot of the damage, but when you got Ulna and Floppy doing that much damage, I don't think she's going to be like a big damage mage. She looks like she's going to be a disruptor, a battery, and that's her main purpose. So we'll have to wait and see. That is my thoughts. Let me know your guys' thoughts as always. Thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.